Welcome back to tonight's Sad Reality. I'm playing this game. It's called Tap Tap Infinity because it very much reminds me of one of the first clicker games I ever played, which was was this broken? Oh, I forgot. No, it's the thing where it's funny ability. Reminds me of the very first clicker idle game I played, which was Clicker Heroes, all the way back in middle school, and now I'm already post college, and I'm still sitting here playing actual brain rot for hours and hours and hours. I mean, like, literally multiple sets of thousands of hours across all the other games I've played. And, it's kind of fun, because, like, you look back on a first experience like that, and you're like, wow, I never would have gone down this path had I not ever really thought about it, I suppose. Is there like, auto-progression in this game or something, too? It's probably because the thing is still active, the skill fight, I guess. I remember nothing about this game. It's not obvious, I still just kind of rotate through games, just boot up something new and pray it works, and I remember like half of the game or whatever, just enough to talk about something. I finished watching my first anime tonight, kind of. It's the first anime I've ever sat down and watched a full season of it. I've seen a little bit of Chainsaw Man. Whenever people are like, oh, you never watch anime? I'm like, well, I watched Pokemon, but then they're like, no, that's not a real anime. You know? So like, if that counts, it counts. If you're, I don't know. It's relative, I guess. It's like some people consider beer to not really be alcohol, but those are the people that also like drink vodka. I guess I don't know. It's probably not a good way of saying it. I have a lot of alcoholic coworkers. Regardless, there was something special about that first one, and the first anime I ended up watching was Tokyo Ghoul, the first one all the way through. Of course, again, I did see a little bit of Chainsaw Man, which is cool, Pokemon, and I'm trying to think if there are any other ones. Oh, I remember seeing a lot of Baki clips. I had a friend who used to stream some of that. I think there are a few other ones. There's none that really, like, the names come to mind, unfortunately, for some of the other, I guess, animes or shows or whatever that friends have streamed or showed me. And it's cool. I am pretty big fan of it, I would say. I definitely like the... Oh, there's gonna be so many noises here because I have auto progression on or whatever. I love this, but I don't... Sound effects are going off, okay. There's something special about the first one, because it kind of gets you into something, and I'm not sure I'm going to be one of those people that watches anime. I've been told that if I were to watch one, Dr. Stone was one I was recommended. I was recommended Death Note. Wow, voice crack. It's a little past midnight. I did once again take like a little more than an hour nap today, so we're feeling good. Even if it's super late at night. And as far as I guess the first season, I definitely really liked it. Now, the notes for myself, it's very hard for me to focus on something nowadays. I feel like I have, despite not being a TikTok user or frequenting social media other than just literally YouTube and Discord, if you can even call those social media. I mean, I feel like they're a form of media consumption, maybe a little less sociable than the traditional sense of social media. Like I had a friend who, or coworker I should say, who trimmed his beard. I was like, yo, nice haircut. And he was like, I just shaved. And I'm like, is that technically a haircut? I don't know. Sorry for the compliment, I guess. So I guess matter of formality. Regardless, I kind of would go back to play my idle games with the show up in the background. So I remember, like, the season finale, we got to it. I think now we're like 2 or 3 episodes deep in the second season. We're gonna watch some more of it tomorrow night. We get to the season finale, and there's like 8 characters where I'm like, who are you? Where did you come from? Why are you here? And maybe that's also partially because like I haven't read the manga or whatever. So that's probably once again my fault, not for not paying attention, but also like not doing any of the background research. I'm sure some characters just pop out and people are like, oh, it's this guy, he's cool, I guess. I don't know. Paying attention was never really my thing. In school, I knew when to basically pay just enough attention to answer questions. Like, if they could tell I wasn't paying attention, they'd ask me a question, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know X is like 8.5, and they were like, okay, go back to playing on your computer or whatever. At least towards the very end of high school. Prior to that, I used to be that know-it-all kid, and I don't know. I feel the same could be kind of said with some games. Nowadays I feel distanced from trying to figure things out. But I used to be that guy who could recite the entire Terraria wiki from memory. I still actually have a list of potions written down. I had like a whole booklet. I just wrote down every potion recipe and where to find the things in Terraria when I was younger. And it's crazy to think too, because like my entire internet persona comes from the name TQ. And TQ comes from Terraria Quester, which is my Steam name. Which that is derived from the fact that Terraria was like one of the first games I played on Steam, which was, again, all the way back in like middle school or something. So that's, I guess, a wild thought to me. And speaking of games, I guess that I played a while ago, there's a game that I was trying to play on Steam. I was going to make a video from it, but I never was able to. It was School of Dragons. That's the game anyways. And I wanted to talk about my experience with car insurance and all this other stuff too, which I can't remember if I got around to. It's how bad my memory is right now. But regardless, I went to go check the game and I was like, oh no, it's not even on the Steam store anymore. What do you do? So that I had to kind of pivot there. Usually I'll come up with something I want to talk about. And then try to find a game that's close-ish. At least that's like kind of the background in my head. Because if you're just working, then life gets pretty boring. Especially today when I couldn't even do my work correctly. I got to work, and for the first 2 hours, I helped like 10 people. And I'm sure you can do the math there. That's like not even working that much. I had a foam silent basketball in my hands, and I was playing around with that. That was the most I did today at work. I guess while talking about that, I'm kind of curious, because at some point I know I'm going to probably not be sticking around with exporting goods forever, but there's being something special with firsts, kind of like I was saying with this, first anime, first whatever, first job, first girlfriend, first... I saw a meme tonight. It was like Lord of the Rings if it was written by Stranger Things writers. It is just such a shit post, but it's funny. It was trying to explain like how you would delete a game off of an Atari, and then I can't remember which character came in at the end from Lord of the Rings, but he just pops in for half a second at the end of the 40-second clip and says, "Hey guys, I'm gay," and then that's where it ends. Like, this is so accurate to Stranger Things. Oh my gosh, that's the point of humor. It's funny and kind of accurate. Where was I going with this? I don't even know. Something special about firsts. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So I think all that said, thank you so much for watching. Oh wait, it was exporting goods. Writing. I'm gonna remember as soon as I stop recording, but like I don't like dragging these things out either. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. I'm gonna go get my tire patched up tomorrow because it's got a nail stuck in it, so I guess add that to the list of car things I've dealt with. But hope you have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see you in tomorrow's Sad Reality. Have a good one, y'all.